Imagine this. You've just graduated high school, everyone around you is talking about dorm life, choosing about their majors, and college orientation. But inside, you're not excited. You're drained, you feel like running out of fumes after 4 years of tests, sports, responsibilities, social pressure, and endless decision making. Now you're expected to jump right into another 4 years of intense academics, but you're not alone. According to the American Psychology Association, over half of college students, 52% to be exact, report feeling over being stressed. This report infers that with academic performance, people who have more time of breaks are more able to perform better in school. The truth is, burnout is real and it's growing nowadays. Hi everyone, my name is Kevin, and today I want to introduce the idea that we can transform the way we approach education and improve mental health. Academic success is based on young adults and personal growth. I believe that with more breaks and with more systems of helpful will allow us to create a better society, not only for the education, but for kids and for systems everywhere. The idea is simple, taking a gap year before college. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, isn't that just an excuse to slack off? I get it, that's the myth. But today I'll show you why taking a structured gap year isn't about avoiding responsibility or not simply wanting not to go to school. It's about building momentum. It's a smart, research-backed decision that sets students up for long-term success. So in this speech, I'll walk you through these key things. How a gap year helps fight burnout, why students who take gap years often perform better academically and professionally, and how real-world examples prove its long-term benefits. I personally have traveled to 2 countries, Japan and Mexico, and it has personally helped me in so many ways to just see the world and see this different types of ethics and people's jobs of what they do every day. Let's get into it. Let's start with the problem, student burnout. The World Health Organization defines burnout as chronic stress that leads to exhaustion, detachment, and a drop in performance. That's not just being tired, it's being emotionally and mentally drained to the point that it affects how you think and function. After high school, many students are already at the point, think about student success expected to juggle AP classes, college applications, sports, family responsibilities, part-time jobs, and social expectations. That's a full plate at 17 or 18 years old. I know from my friends and from experience that a lot of people are burnt out from extracurriculars or social pressures of society nowadays. If we push young people straight into college without a break, we're asking them to sprint a marathon. That's where the gap year comes in. It offers a pause. A chance to breathe, to recapitulate, and to most importantly, reflect on what matters. In other words, it's not a year off, it's a year on purpose. I believe that a lot of people take gap years as a misconception of people not wanting to learn or not wanting to see the world through different eyes. And I believe that that's exactly what a gap year does. It allows people to see different types of people's lives and how the world works in other types of places and not just one central country. Now, you might wonder, does taking a gap year actually help academically? The answer is a strong yes. According to a 2020 study by the National Center of Education Statistics, students who take a gap year actually had higher GPAs in their first year of college compared to students who went straight in. This makes sense to me. In the way that students come back more rested, more mature, and more focused. After taking a gap year, they feel the stress and society pressures off themselves, and they feel more often to rehabilitate the way that they think. In fact, a hypothetical study from the Global Education Institute that found 78% of gap year students said it helped them pick the right major and reduce the number of times they switch. That not only saves time, but also saves a lot of money. I know nowadays a lot of people are very insecure or don't know what exactly to choose for their major. A lot of people are conflicted about what to choose and what might be right for them. Why? Because when you take a gap year, you learn more about yourself, maybe you travel, maybe you volunteer, or maybe you work full-time. In any case, you're developing skills that college won't teach you, like budgeting, time management, cultural awareness, and independent thinking. Like I said, a gap year might not be traveling for everyone. It might also be working, or it might also be making volunteer work. I think that you get more exponential work and you get more deep foundation for yourself when you take a gap year. Thinking of it as gaining traction before you hit the academic road again. Those skills pay off later. Gap year students become more competitive when applying for internships or jobs because they've already lived outside the classroom. But even beyond school and work, the gap year experience fosters real personal growth. According to Dr. Holly Bull, president of the Center of Intern Programs, students who take off before college tend to be more focused, more aware, and more confident when they are higher education. She said in a 2021 New York Times interview, and her program has helped thousands of students shape meaningful gap year experiences. And this isn't just a theory. There are famous real examples. Take Malia Obama. She took a gap year before even starting Harvard. She traveled, worked, and explored different cultures and proceeded to take college and proceeded to take on the world. Or Prince Willem, who spent the gap year doing charity work in Chile and volunteering in Africa before enrolling at university. It shaped his worldview, but his best part, you don't have to be rich to benefit from being royal. A common myth is that gap years are for privileged people or people who don't have enough time. There are hundreds of affordable or even paid groups to your options. Many students work full-time, intern, or join structured programs that often offer scholarships. In conclusion, let's recap. A gap year before college does three powerful things. It gives students a chance to recover from burnout, it improves academic and career outcomes, and it fosters personal growth far beyond the classroom. In a world that's always rushing us to the next steps, maybe that's the smartest thing that we can do nowadays. Leave this with you. What if the year you thought would put you behind is actually the year that sets you ahead? Thank you.